you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
What is going on, Griswold gang? Welcome back. Glad to be back. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. If you guys are new to the channel, new to the Strat, or new to trading in the stock market, or struggling in the stock market, we are about to change the way that you guys trade within that stock market, okay? But first, we're going to start you off by going down below, clicking that subscribe button, and then hitting that bell. That bell is the important part. That will give you the notifications for when I send out videos just like this one, and I send them out every single day. Guys, this is our monthly swing list for July 2022. I send out daily watch lists, top 5 watch lists, weekly swings, monthly swings, quarterly swings. Okay, I've got 200 plus videos for you guys to learn how to trade in the stock market confidently, consistently, and profitably. Okay, 200 plus videos, all free. And we go through and break down every facet of how to trade the way that we trade what's called the Strat. Okay, I go over what these candlestick numbers mean, broadening formations, entries and exits into trades, how to manage your trades, how to move your stop losses, trade reviews on trades that we've taken. Okay, different trading strategies like the 3-1 setup, the double inside bar, the hashtag 30 and 30, Sarah Strat Snipers 50% rule. Okay, I go through all of those. You can also find me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. Follow me there. You can ask me questions and DMs there. You can comment there. I send out tweets during the day on possible setups on different tickers throughout the day. So make sure you're following me over there as well if you're not already. Okay, let's go through a couple more items here. Number 1, down below in the description, I've got a link for TradingView, which is the platform that we use here on this YouTube video and all the YouTube videos for these charts. That link will give you a free 30-day trial if you've never used TradingView before, okay? Free 30-day trial, and then if you decide to sign up, that will give you also up to $30 off depending on which subscription you choose, okay? So that link is below. Down below in the description. The last thing, and this is the worst part, the crappiest part, it sucks, they suck, the ads on the videos, guys. I'm asking you to please watch them. Those ads, let this information be free. It prevents me from starting a Discord and charging money to put all of this information out there, okay? So I'd ask that you let those videos, you don't even have to watch them, let them play through, go get a drink, go get a snack, walk away, come back, and then watch what I've got to teach you guys here. And keep your money in your pockets. It's free education. And as long as those advertisers are paying for that and they're allowed to pay, then you guys can keep your money in your pockets and keep it in the stock market for your guys' wins, okay? So let's get started on the monthly swings for July. Okay, the month is already opened up on Friday, so we are 1 day into this stuff. So this is not actually a double inside bar. It is just an inside bar. But this is the first day. This was the day trade. This was the trades on Friday, and that's how it traded, okay? So we've got the 2 blue lines representing the triggers, high and low, off of this inside bar. Okay, if you guys follow me and you know I love inside bars and the way they handle themselves, okay? Inside bars do not break the high or the low of the previous candle. They stay within the range. It's a tightening range. It's consolidation, okay? And what it does is basically imagine a spring or a jack-in-the-box. And imagine that tightening, tightening, tightening. And then when it lets go, it explodes to one direction or the other. And we can go back and look in time and look in history at what happens off of these inside bars. And we have these nice breaks down. Nice breakdowns, I guess. Inside bar here with a nice breakdown. Okay. So I don't know, that's as far back as a firm goes. But off of the 2 inside bars, we had some really nice plays here. We didn't hit targets on this one. We definitely hit targets on this one. But some nice plays off of those inside bars. So we're going to look for the same thing on AFRM again in the month of July. We also have it, is that on a daily play or is that old? We'll go to the daily, that's old. So we can take those off of there. We'll take that off and we'll take that off. So if we break to the downside, like we already are trending, it'll be a 2-1-2 continuation, and this is our first target, okay? So triggers on that would be $16.40 on the puts, and calls you'd be looking at $28.74 with first targets at $32.20. Now, when you're looking at taking expiry dates on this, I like to go 4 weeks to 6 weeks out on my monthly swings, so you can look for that. And I would take my strike price somewhere in the 17, we got 1650 here, so somewhere in that 1650 to 1550 range, I guess. Somewhere in that area is where I would be taking my strike price on these, okay? So that's AFRM. AMC also has an inside bar, and it's very, very tight. And the smaller those inside bars are, the greater chance we have of really having an explosion to one side or the other. So again, we're at the bottom of this broadening formation here on AMC. We've come back with an inside bar in July, or in June and July. We're going to look for this 2-1-2 reversal back to the upside, and we can look for calls at 14.74, or if it decides to hammer down, and we can take the puts at $11.09. Amazon, since they did the split, the premiums have gotten much, much better. We have a 2 up. Remember, this is already the bar for July, okay? So we have a 2 up that finished red, and we're going to look for a break to the downside, a 2 up, 2 down reversal, and puts at 101.43. And the first target, guys, it's not great. Might be almost the same. 101.26. So it's slightly lower. You'll have to go back in time to find the next one, which would be right here at 94.48 would be the target on Amazon for that 2-2 reversal to the downside. Okay, BA, that's Boeing. Boeing had a 2 down that finished green. So we're going to look for a 2 down, 2 up reversal on Boeing with triggering for the calls at 147.18 at this blue line right here. Okay, this pink line is for the weekly, and the weekly is looking for a 2 down. So we had a 2 up red, so we're looking for a 2 down on the weekly, but on the monthly we are looking for a 2 up. So a 2 down, 2 up reversal on the monthly for Boeing. We come into CRM. CRM has a 2 up that finished red, so we can look for puts on this thing at 158.17. Okay, and guys, this stuff isn't foolproof. Like, realistically, this could trend up, and we could just have, could have a 2-2 continuation on CRM. So we'll see what happens, but when we have a 2 up that finishes red, it's a failed 2. I like to look for those downward movements. Okay, Cisco is up next, CSCO. So Cisco had an inside bar in June, and we've already triggered to the downside, as you can see here. So we've triggered June already, or taken the July trigger already on Cisco, okay? So we still are at that point, so this could still have some room to move down into that $40.69 range. DraftKings, DKNG. DraftKings has a inside bar, and again, it's a pretty tight inside bar. So we can look again for breaks to the higher low. So calls at 14.66, puts at 10.52, and this bar right here is on the daily. So on the daily chart of DraftKings, we also have an inside bar. So we'll look for where that breaks to and see if we can hit the triggers on the monthly as well. Keurig Dr. Pepper KDP had a 2 down that finished green, so a failed 2. Currently inside bar on the month. We will look for calls at $37.12. KO is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has a two down that finished red, but this easily could have been green. But we put the trigger for the monthly at the top there, and we've already gone through it. Okay, so we've triggered through the monthly already on Coke. We'll see if we can head back up to the top of this broadening formation. LCID is Lucid. Lucid is up next. Lucid, again, an inside bar on Lucid. So we can look for calls on this one at 2055, puts at 1530. And again, we just go back and look in time, and look and see these inside bars and these nice breakdowns for, this was 1, 2, 3, 4 months Lucid came down. So that's the only inside bar that we've had on the monthly on Lucid since they've started. And we will look for that break, same type of break again to the upside, to the downside. We'll see how it plays out. Lululemon. So Lululemon also had an inside bar on the monthly. And as you can see here, we've already triggered to the downside on the monthly for Lululemon. Again, we can go back and look on these inside bars, and we have these nice breakups to the high side for months on end. This one ended up going outside bar. And then if we go back to try and find one more on Lululemon, there's that one there. And again, this is why I show you guys, because it's not foolproof, okay? Doesn't always work, but probabilities is what we play here. So even on this one, we triggered and we hit target. So we did exactly what we were supposed to do here, even though it doesn't look like a great play. Lululemon did exactly what the candlesticks told us to do. Gave us our triggers and gave us our targets. And that's all we can ask for. Okay, Moderna is up next, mRNA. Moderna had a 2 down. Two down red. So we'll take this one away. And we're going to look for a 2-2 reversal on mRNA. We'll look for calls at 152.73. Especially because we are tagging the bottom of this broadening formation, and this is hopefully our move back to the upside. We always look for that reversal signal to go back up to tag the top of that broadening formation. This very well might be it right here. Okay, so Netflix has a 2 up that finished red. Okay, so we're going to look for puts on Netflix at 164.28, and looks like the same thing on the weekly is a 2 up that finished red as well. So it looks like here if we trigger on the weekly, we are also going to trigger on the monthly, and Netflix could be headed for some more lows. NVAX, the spreads on these are usually not very good. We've got a 2 down that finished red, hammer candle. And it looks like our weekly trigger and our monthly trigger are exactly the same. That weekly trigger should actually come off of there. And we go to the month. And I'm going to put that trigger right back on there. Looks like we've already triggered on the month 2 up. Okay, so we've had that reversal already. On the monthly on NVAX, okay? Just barely, but it's there, okay? So NVAX is triggered 2 up on the month. We'll see if we can tag the top of this broadening formation here, which would be just past our trigger of 62.90 on NVAX. Pinterest, PINS. Pinterest with the inside bar, okay? Calls at 21.99, puts at 16.92. We also have a trigger on the daily, so we're going to look for a 2 up reversal, 2 down, 2 up reversal on the daily as well. So again, I know this because of the way my targets are. There's that 2 down that finished green, so I'm looking for a trigger to the upside and then first target at the green line. We go back to the monthly. There's our first target for the daily, and there is our trigger for the monthly. Palantir, PLTR, also has an inside bar. So we can look again for this one. Calls at 10.20, puts at 750 this inside bar on the weekly as well. So again, if we trigger on the weekly, we are likely triggering the monthly on Palantir. So pay attention to that. And again, here's another inside bar. It doesn't look like a great play, guys, but we triggered and we hit targets and the top of a broadening formation. And then what happens? We come right back down and tag the bottom of the broadening formation. So if this is me looking at this, probabilities would tell me that this is going to trend back up and hit in this 15 to 1575 range on Palantir, okay? Plug Power, PLUG, another inside bar. And again, you can see how well these inside bars do off of here. We go back, we'll see if we can find another one here. There's another one here with a nice break up. A double inside bar with a beautiful run up. Here's one here, hits targets. Okay, so inside bars on Plug Power look pretty good. And again, tagging the bottom of a broadening formation, inside bar. We'll see if this is our reversal to back to the upside on Plug. We can take calls at 1970 or puts at 1390 on Plug Power. Starbucks, SBUX. Inside bar on Starbucks. Okay, a ton of inside bars. I think I might do a top 5 for this. We'll see. Inside bar on Starbucks, we can look for calls at 81.28, puts at $70.35 on Starbucks. Okay, SE is C Limited, another inside bar, and we can take calls on C Limited at 89.72 or puts at 65.21. SoFi Technologies, SOFI, inside bar. We've already broke to the downside and have started to come back up. That doesn't mean we're going to get to a 3, but if we cross that 50% marker, we can definitely pay attention to an outside bar on SoFi if we get to this 50% marker, okay? So calls are out of the question now at 762. Puts are in play. 541 is the trigger on SoFi. Space, SPCE, Richard Branson, inside bar. Okay, again, ton of inside bars on the monthly for July. So it could be a really, really great month if we're playing those monthly swings. We don't usually see this many inside bars. So calls at 750, puts at 556. Again, if I'm guessing, we're probably not trending down lower than 550. I could be wrong. But again, we're at the bottom of this broadening formation. And this right here, this 2-1, what's the next 2? 2-1-2 reversal back to the upside is what we would hope for on space, okay? TDOC, TDOC. Again, another inside bar on Teledoc. Not another inside bar on Teledoc, just another inside bar in general on these monthly charts. And we can look again. Calls at 38.69, puts at 27.86. We'll see how this one plays out. You can see this inside bar had a really, really nice gain. This inside bar, a nice gain. This inside bar, a nice gain. This inside bar, a nice gain. So look for TDOC swings on the monthly. Tesla also had an inside bar on the month of June. So what's Tesla going to do? We can take calls at 792.63, puts at 626.08. Is this our reversal back to the upside? We will see. The last time Tesla had an inside bar, right here, wasn't great, but over the next few months, it was spectacular. Then this inside bar was really great as well. And again, if you would have held this for a month and a half, you might have hit targets or you might have ended up somewhere in this range here. Another inside bar here, a great run up. So again, these are probabilities, guys, but more often than not, these inside bars tend to play out. We just want to make sure we're with the time frame continuity if possible. So the trade desk, inside bar, calls at 55.86, puts at 40.34. We are close to triggering a 2-1-2 continuation. And again, we just look at these inside bars. Beautiful breakdown. Beautiful breakdown. Okay, another beautiful breakdown off of all these trade desk inside bars. They've been really great for swing trades. If you've been trading TTD, you've made a lot of money. Okay, Twitter, TWTR, inside bar again, calls at 41.29, puts at 36.91. This purple line is our 2 down on the quarterly, on the 3-month chart. Okay, so if we go 2 down on the monthly, we are probably going 2 down on the quarterly for Twitter. Okay, UPST, another inside bar. It's an inside bar month, guys. July was a tightening range, and we're coiling, and we're getting ready to explode from June into July. When we go back here and look, this is the only inside bar, and we did break down to the low and reversed right back up through to an outside bar. Okay, so that's the only history we have to go off of for the 1-month chart on Upstart. So we'll see what happens here on Upstart in the month of July. We'll move on to Walmart, WMT. Walmart, inside bar as well. Calls at 128.92, puts at 117.90. Again, this pink line, as we talked about earlier, is the weekly trigger. This is going to be a 2 up, 2 down trigger. So we have 2 up red. We're looking for a 2 down. And again, if we trigger on the weekly, we are going to trigger on the monthly, and Walmart is likely headed down to lower lows. Okay, XOM. XOM had a 2 up red. So is this our reversal on the oil and gas with ExxonMobil, where we had this 2 up, finished red? Now we have this inside bar. The weekly is looking like a 2 up, 2 down reversal. The monthly is looking like a 2 up, 2 down reversal. Okay, so we'll see what happens on XOM in the month of July. And Beyond Meat, BYND, tight little inside bar on Beyond. We also have a trigger for Beyond on the weekly. And this one is a 2 up is what we're looking for. So a 2 down, 2 up reversal. And on the monthly, we're looking for a 2-1-2 up reversal, okay? 2-1-2. So calls at 27.68 or puts at 21.49 for the continuation. We can go on to Beyond and find the last time we had an inside bar. And inside bar went outside, but not before hitting all these triggers, okay? Inside bar, a really nice run down there. Inside bar, looks like we had a run down and just hit targets. Inside bar, this was a bad play here, so you wouldn't have made anything there. But this inside bar, great to the downside. And that's it on Beyond. So a ton of inside bar monthly plays, guys. I would be watching those closely. I think I'll probably put out a top 5 on this if I can. But that's it, guys. So make sure you guys are following along on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Watch those ads. Stay tuned because we are looking at putting out our own indicator. So stay tuned for that. I'm looking at doing one-on-ones and private Twitter spaces. So all that's coming up really soon. I'm looking forward to it all and letting you guys know what's going on. And until the next one, guys, good luck trading this week, this month, and on Tuesday, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.